Okay, before we start, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sketch the riser for you, so you know what to expect, and then we'll open Revit and start throwing the mechanical electrical equipment to Revit. Cool? Shall we do that? Okay. Before we go ahead and start, we're gonna have a riser, and it's gonna look like something like this in the riser. Outside, we're going to have two pieces of equipment, most likely. One is going to be transformer, one is going to be gen, and inside, we're going to have a couple of pieces of equipment. This is going to be main panel. So that's how your riser would be, main panel. Right next to it, I'm going to put my receptacle panel. Right next to it, I'm going to put my lighting panel. Right next to it, I'm going to put my lighting control panel. These guys are going to be fit from overhead, so it's going to most likely it's going to be coming from here. Most likely this is going to be coming from here. And these will be nibbled together. Nibbled together. We shouldn't show. Just show. Nibbled together. Okay, and from here, you're going to bring what we have. We had the CT cabinet sitting right here with a meter, and what we did. We have also an auto transfer switch that we want to bring. I have no room for my auto transfer switch now. Okay, let me. I'm gonna arrange them closer so I can have enough room. So here's my receptacle panel. Here's my lighting panel. Here's my control panel. So this is my receptacle panel, my lighting panel. Lighting control panel, and right next to here, I'm going to have an auto transfer switch. This is coming here. This is coming here. This one is coming between these, and this is coming most likely. Well, we can do it either way. I'm going to do it this way to the auto transfer switch. From the auto transfer switch, I'm going twice. One time to Mr. Generator. Right? So I went to the generator, and one time to the UPS, and I'm going to come from here. I'll explain this one in a second here, guys. Okay, so your riser is going to look something like this. You have a transformer and generator outside, inside you're going to have the three panels, receptacle, lighting, and main, right? I have my main panel, my receptacle panel, and my lighting panel. Lighting control panel, guys, is a relay panel. It's going to be nibbled to the lighting. So this one is really not a power panel. It's just a lighting control panel will be nibbled to the lighting panel. I'm going to have an auto transfer switch. The way we're designing it, we're bringing a generator power into the auto and a utility power into the auto transfer switch. So if we lose power, it will switch us directly into the generator. And then we're dumping this power into the main panel. From the main panel, we're feeding the three panels that we have. Any question, guys, about this? So generator and transformer. The key point is to see where the generator and the transformer, these are going to be above ground conduits. Anything dotted is going to be underground. Outside, inside. Comments, questions? How the riser is going to be? Any comments? Three panels, generator, transformer. This will be my meter CT cabinet box outdoor. sitting on the wall, we're assuming. So that's one way of doing it. Any comments, any questions about this? So if we lose power, the auto transfer switch will transfer the whole building into the generator. Yep.
No, it's a Revit question. We're on what sheet we're doing.
Okay. Let me just. Yeah. Well. This will be in E3.
Yeah.
This will be in E. Did I write it here? I believe it's going to be in E3. E3. Thank you.
Is Halbert really coming?
After the holidays.
Oh,
This is kind of a week,
it's a week, it's a half.
half week. So just keep in, for the time being, guys, what I want you to keep in mind is really, what I'm going to do in Revit is these. I'm going to put the lighting panel, these 3 panels. I'm going to put a transformer and a generator and this. I'm going to put them in Revit and then we'll connect them. The rest of them, lighting panel, auto transfer switch. Lighting, the only thing I don't want to do yet is lighting control panel, which is a box full of relays. Because we don't power to it, we control things from it.
And then we'll draw the conduits and everything.
Yep. There are 2 ways in Revit of doing the riser. You can do it the poor man's or woman's job. That's what I did. Or you can do it the proper way, which we dabbled with it, but it gave us a really hard time for riser, which is basically you go bring actual conduit from panel to a panel. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. You can start with the drafting. I call it drafting view like I showed right now. And then another way of putting the pipe as we go forward. But at least I want to see something similar to this. Something similar to this. I'm going to have numbers. The last thing I want to do, guys, I'm going to number these babies. I'm going to number them with 1. This will be 1. Going in, going out will be number 2, feeder number 2. Number 3, I'm going to call it the one that's going to the generator. Number 4, number 5, and number 6. Does that make sense? These are the number of the feeders, because ultimately you need to have a feeder schedule. So what I start numbering them from the transformer. The transformer coming into the meter, the CT cabinet is number 1. Out of the CT cabinet into the auto transfer switch from the transformer is number 2. The gen is number 3. Out of the auto transfer switch to the main panel is number 4. And 5 into the lighting panel, 6 into the receptacle, and that one here is 7. So it's a pipe and conductors inside each one of them. We're going to have a schedule that shows a pipe and a conductor for each one of these. A pipe and a conductor. So you're going to have a schedule that looks similar to this, right underneath the riser. Right underneath the riser. We always did, we said feeder. I'm going to do one of them. So this will be feeder number 1. Conduit. Conduit. Let's just say the conduit that we were pulling was, we pedaled, right? We came up with 500. We're going to pedal. Let's pull it number 1, and let's say 5-inch PVC schedule 80. Conductors. I'm just going to say 3 conductors, number 700 KCM THW, and 1 conductor, number 400 KCM THW. So the conductor size. So at least minimum the feeder number and the conductor and the conduit size, guys. I like to see the overcompression device, overcurrent protection device at the end of it. That will be a 500 amp. 500 amp. And notes. If you have any notes, you can write notes, anything you want to do. That's at least. At least. In Revit, you can have them all in one. So you're going to have the feeder number, the conduit, the conductors, the overcompression device, and some notes. What Revit allows you to do, they allow you to have the number of conductors in one column, the size in a different column, the insulation in a third column. That's up to you. I mean, minimum when you draft it, this information any way, shape, or form. This is one way of doing it. And then you do 2. Guess what's happened? Then 2, and you do the same information for 2. 3, 4, 5. How many feeders do we have here? We have 7 feeders, and we size these 7 feeders. Any question, guys? Any question? Ashley, anything underground is PVC Schedule 80. Anything above ground is EMT, inside. If it's outside, like these here, if it's outside, like these conduits, these little 2 conduits here, I would use rigid metal conduit if it's outside. Or actually, PVC Schedule 80 is rated. I would use for this part is PVC Schedule 80 because it's rated for physical damage. Anything above, all the stuff above is EMT. Anything here is PVC. Does that make sense? Schedule 80. So 2 conduits I suggest to use. PVC Schedule 80. Anything inside or outside, underground or outside, PVC Schedule 80. Anything inside the building, EMT. Yes, sir.
Chad, for EMT versus RMC, if you had them both in a corrosive environment, like out in salt, and for 10 years, which one would rust first, the RMC?
EMT. EMT. I would, because it's thinner. But both of them are.
I've seen, we see RMC.
But it's steel. It rusted more.
It still rusts. You see it outside.
Yeah. We're not. That's why we're not using anything outside, or we're using PVC Schedule 80 for physical damage.
That's at 15 years.
Yeah. Guys, every time you touch Mother Earth with a metallic conduit, it will rust. PVC above ground, EMT above ground, it will last, but eventually it will rust. Oh, yeah.
Chad, how about this? I was at a hotel a few months ago. We were in the pool, and they had RMC going, quite a few different runs, and they were rusting.
This is called highly corrosive environment.
Yep.
That's a good application where you can use PVC. PVC or PVC coated rigid. Highly corrosive environment doesn't have to be outside. Could be wastewater treatment plants, guys, notoriously famous for being highly corrosive environment. And so what we use is we use rigid, and they coat them, the special type of rigid, they have a PVC coat on it.
Well, I mean, why would you use the rigid up there anyway?
I don't know if they're using rigid. Are you sure it wasn't EMT?
It was.
Because they look alike from a distance. It might be EMT. I don't know why would they use a rigid.
Because rigid's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Rigid's substantially heavier too.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was just interesting to see.
Yeah.
I mean, those pipes were just rusting. All
I believe it. Okay, let me now knowing what we know, guys, let's go fire Revit. If you do me a favor, go to Revit, open. We're gonna go open. Please, when you go to open, please always go to the network. Shortcut, and I'm gonna go to my master file, winter, design, and Revit, my master file. Okay, everybody open the master file, not the local file that you guys have. The master file, not the local file. Master file. Cool. So when you go there, guys, could you please open it? It tells you, do you want to override it? Yep, override. So we are in the master file Revit. Okay. It's loading. What I'm going to do, guys, I want to drop a couple of panels, show you where to find the panels, drop a couple of receptacles, drop a couple of mechanical equipment, circuit them. I want to warn you, Chris, and everybody else, guys, that, okay, Chris, Nick, and everybody else, Chris, I think you can see fairly slowly. The way we're doing the project is different than the way we did it last year. So if you look at the riser is different than ours. We're doing it different. We don't have a lighting and emergency panel. We don't have a UPS panel. We decided to make the generator pick up the whole building. So if you look at the riser I gave you guys, compared to the riser that they did last year, and the project is going to be different because I modified it. We wanted just one generator to pick up the whole building. No emergency panel, no UPS panel. The only three panels we're going to have is lighting, receptacle, and main, plus an auto transfer switch, plus gen and transformer. That's all that you're going to have. How are you going to get your emergency light? We're going to have butt eyes or battery-powered fixtures like this. You can have a battery inside this fixture. Next quarter, guys, we will jump into emergency panels, and so we're taking it one step at a time. Okay, here's where we are. If you guys, everybody said Revit, every team. Nick, are you guys in? I want to see one from every team. You guys are in? Now and Ashley, are you guys in? Okay. You guys are in? Good. So here's what I want you guys to wake up if you were sleeping. You haven't started yet. Okay. When you are in Revit, you're going to have the view. By the way, make sure you have a mouse. So you can maneuver yourself around. Okay. Here's what I would like you guys to look at. Do you see? This is, first of all, do you know, let's go bring the names of the building names, because if I locate, I don't know where things are located. Can you do one little thing with Chad? What I'm going to do, guys, I'm confused. So I want you to do one little thing with me, and I think you should do it in Revit because you get used to it. We're going to do it over and over. So let's just go put ourselves in. By the way, can you guys go to power floor plan power? Everybody designed a sheet that's called floor plan power. Floor plan power. Can you guys go to floor plan power, please? Floor plan power. Everybody went to the floor plan power. Can you see where I am right here? I'm in the floor plan power. Everybody's there? Thumbs up. Good. Ashley. Okay. What I'm going to do, I want to go grab, because do you guys have the rooms identified by location in Revit? It's there. I couldn't get it to work, but here's how I want you guys to do one little thing. Ashley, go insert. So let's do it together. Go insert. Way at the top, insert. Import CAD. Everybody's insert, import CAD. Cool. Yep, import CAD. Says, do you want to synchronize with Central? I want to synchronize with Central. So everybody's insert, import. What I'm going to do, guys, I want to go to CAD, grab a view, a CAD view, and overlap it right to the top of Revit so I can get the names. It's, what could I solve the problem? I could go write these names there. I don't want to do it. I will do it the easier way. I have a CAD view of the building with all the names in it. So what I'm going to do, I want to go grab that CAD. So here's the CAD view. When you guys there, it refers you, it will take me back to my team folder. So make sure you go all the way back to your team folder, right? And to the design drawing. Everybody in their team folder, design drawing, thumbs up, yes, yes, yes. Tao, Ashley, cool. Okay, Aladipo, Dustin. And when you guys are there, go to the CAD folder. Everybody has a CAD folder? Nick, do you guys have a CAD folder? Yep, Dustin. In the CAD folder, dig in, and you're going to find one This is the layout of the building. This is the layout of the building. It says MEP2012-X-FLR number 1. Everybody saw that file? Cool. This is important to know how to bring a file from CAD into Revit and vice versa later on. We're going to do this 2 times. We're going to do it right now to get the names, which is really not a whole lot. But later on, Ashley, we're going to do it to bring all the layout of the fixtures that we do in visual. We're going to import them to CAD, and from CAD, we're going to import them into Revit. So this step will be done again when we do lighting fixture. Cool? Same thing, import. I'm importing a file into Revit. Okay, so everybody got that one? Okay. Now when you import it, it's going to lay it out somewhere here. You should see it. And everybody knows what I did. I don't need this to do the Riser. I just brought it so I can see where I am. Okay, everybody saw some little file popping up somewhere, right? You guys got it? Ashley and Tao, you got it? Got a little file? Okay, what I usually do, they're not in match, so if you click on it, it becomes red, and physically, mechanically, I drag it, and just try to match it to the drawing. Doesn't have to be 100%. Remember, this will be turned off when you print. This is just reference. So zoom in, and on the corner, and make sure they kind of, to the best of your ability, they match. Should match. Okay. And everybody knows how to zoom window, zoom to fit. All right, everybody got something similar to this? Something similar to this? Okay, right? Everybody got the grid and all this stuff? Yes, no? Can I have thumbs up for, okay, good. Tao and Ashley, you are good? Okay. Now, I don't know about you, I don't need the grid now. There's one function called VV that you have to understand. Visual, what is visual VV? Visual visibility? Visibility. Graphic visibility. It's right here too. That function, when you click here first, visual range.
Should be towards the top.
Where's, okay, here you go. Visual graphic, visual, right in here. VV. Okay, one more time. Every view that you guys bring has a VV to it. VV is very important because it gives you equivalent to the layers in CAD. So if you type VV, it should pop up. Everybody knows the VV? All what you have to do is type VV, and it pops up all this interface, which is visibility graphic override, or visibility graphic. One more time. I want you guys to go VV, please. Everybody can see this view. When you go there, there's a few things, guys, you have to know. Linked files. The file that you're linking, the architectural file, should be here. Don't mess with it. This is where you put the architectural file. You can do a lot of things here, a lot of damage. Imported categories. If you guys click in the imported categories, you will see all the imported files that you did. You should see, in your case, you should see, guys, I don't know, the symbols. Did you import the symbols? If you imported the symbols, you should see the symbols because we imported them, as well as the the XREF. Everybody's there, imported categories. Cool? Okay, for the imported categories, expand it. This is, Rob, this is like layers. When we were turning layers on and off, very, very powerful. If you expand it, remember that grid that's in my way? I want to go turn the grid off. Can you guys see where it says CLGREID? This one, click here. I clicked the fourth from the top on the electrical 221XF1 drawing. Cool, Ashley? What I'm doing, I'm disabling the grid because it's bothering me. I really don't have to do that. And when you're done, hit OK. And here you go. Here's the grid is gone. And what's left is the mechanical rooms and all this good stuff. Anybody needs help turning the grid off? You guys are good in the back? Yeah. Huh? VV, yep, here's VV. Imported categories. Expand the imported CAD file that we've just brought to one floor, one. And what I did, you can disable, guys, this is like the layers in CAD, you can turn them off. It reminds me of, I think of them as layers. You can turn them off. Any one of these you can turn off. I decided to turn off the grid because it's bothering me, it's too much. All people, good? Dustin? Nick, I'm sorry, what was your question?
Oh, I was gonna say, is this gonna affect how we place?
No, we can, later on, we can turn it off. We can, guys, completely, what we can do, if you click the top here, if you guys click the top, unclick it, it will completely disappear that whole drawing for you. I don't want to do that. It will move it away from your file. Okay. Can I get a thumbs up that everybody is looking at something similar to I'm looking? Cool? Thumbs up? Cool? All right. Now, later on, Rob, when we do the lighting, what we're going to do with the lighting? We're going to bring the lighting the same way. Cool? Okay, mechanical equipment. Let's go. Could you please do me a favor? We're going to go zoom into the mechanical equipment. The mechanical equipment right here. Everybody's zooming in the mechanical equipment. Now, I'm going to go. By the way, everybody, if you guys go to floor plan system, if you go to floor plan system, you still see the grid, right? Because the VV only work on that view. If you go to a different view, you have to do another VV and turn on and off the things that you don't want. We're working right now on the power, so I'm going to focus on the power, floor plan power, right? So, and I'm going to focus on the mechanical equipment. There you go. So here's my mechanical equipment. Why mechanical equipment fell? Because that's where I'm going to put my panels. A few things about your panels. What size panel did you guys come up with? 500 min? 200? Did you guys come up with 200 lighting panel? And 100 receptacle, right? Something similar to that? Okay. Okay, so I'm looking, just to remind you, I'm going to drop now. Where am I going to drop the receptacles, the panels? If you have to choose, always choose an outside wall. Always choose an outside wall. There's a little problem though. There's some windows here in this area. I have this wall here completely continuous. Can you guys see this wall, completely continuous wall? Concrete continuous wall. That's a good wall to put my electrical equipment on. Okay, so here's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to start with, any question, guys, before I go drop the equipment? I'm going to drop equipment. I'm going to drop equipment, cool. Any question about before I go drop my equipment? Okay, if you guys go to home, click home, you're going to find a bunch of equipment that you can have, electrical. Everybody can see the electrical. If you go to home, you see electrical wires, cables, conduits, blah, 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 electrical equipment. Everybody can see the electrical equipment, home, electrical equipment, devices and fixtures. Actually, these are your symbols, AKA family in Revit, equivalent to your symbols. So what happened, Tao, if you don't have a symbol in this list? We're going to go import it. Before we import it, let me just tell you, since I'm working on, I need panels. Am I going too slow today or too fast? Are you guys good? Okay. So these, I just want to remind you guys, before we start, where things are located. I have wires, I have everything. You're going to spend a lot of time in electrical equipment, devices, and lights. That's where most of your receptacles and lights and low voltage stuff is located. Now, I'm only interested at this moment with the panels. So the panels are electrical equipment. So where am I going to click? Go click on electrical equipment. When you click on electrical equipment, guys, it kind of it brings all the electrical equipment that already loaded to you to the software. Cool? Did you guys click on electrical equipment? Can I have thumbs up? Yep, good. Okay. Now on the side here, on the side, if you guys click here, it will show you all the electrical equipment that has been loaded to this project. Now, disclaimer, if the electrical equipment that you're looking for is not here, what do? You have two options. You curse Chad and Dunwoody, go to the bar and drink. That's one option. Option number two is you go load that family from a few locations I'm going to show you. Option number three, if you can't find them in these locations, you can go to Revit City and they have every single electrical, mechanical equipment that God created. Right, Phil? Anybody been there? Tons of information. For this project, let me tell you one little thing, guys. For this project, since we have done it many times now, you really don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to go anywhere. I'm going to show you where you find all the equipment that you need for this project. In real life projects, you might have to go visit Revit City or ask the vendors for a family for this particular, let's just say, bus duct. We don't have a bus duct, okay? For this project, you have everything that you need right here. You might have to load it though. Load it. Okay, so let me just tell you what we have. If you look at the first one is lighting appliances, guys. The first thing is a transformer. I have NEMA 2, NEMA type 2 transformers. Here's all the transformer sizes that we have. Okay, let's go down a little bit. I have lighting, lighting and appliances panel board. Anybody knows what MLO stands for? What does that mean? No circuit breaker inside the panel. Where do we need main lugs only? By the way, I have 3 panels, only 3 panels. One of them, the main, is going to be main circuit breaker. The other 2 are going to be main lugs only, unless you want to spend money on main circuit breaker. Did you guys hear me? We have 3 panels. We're going to have 3 panels. The 3 panels, this is important when we go to, okay, here's my panels, if you guys don't mind me. This panel here will be main circuit breaker. This one, this panel, these 2 are going to be main lugs only. Anybody knows why the main circuit breaker, why do you think it's a main? The main panel need a main, right? But what happened to the receptacle panel, lighting panel? Do they need a main? No. So where would the main of the lighting receptacle panel be located? Inside the main panel. Okay, so come on, can I get you guys to understand that we're going to have the main panel is going to be main circuit breaker. The rest of them are going to be main lugs only. And we know why, because their main is already located in the main panel. Am I making sense here? How the 2 lighting receptacle panel with no main, because their main is being housed by the main panel. Okay. All right, let's go see what we have though. Do we have, look at what I have. My only option, main lugs only, is 480 and 280. What am I going to do? Do I have a main circuit breaker here? Look at this. Here's your option. Do I have a main circuit breaker here? Do I have a main circuit breaker? I don't have a main circuit breaker. So what are you going to do? This is where you start cursing, or you're going to go load. Let's go load it. Guys, I'm looking. Well, let's go load. Ashley, if you look at the first panel, I have actually a 208 main lugs only 100 amp. Is that good for my receptacle panel? If you guys came up with 100 amp, I'm going to click the 100 amp, and here's my receptacle panel. See, I'm holding my receptacle panel. I might have to move it aside. If you guys hit the tab button, it will make it in or out. I mean, surface mounted. So here's my receptacle panel. It's being housed right in here. I'm going to just put it right here. I might have to move it slightly. I have just inserted a 100 amp panel into the system, surface mounted. Did you guys insert 100 amp? Did you see what I did? I went here into my, make sure you went, Ashley, our system is 28120 main lugs only. We inserted the 28120 Main lugs only, 100 amp panel. Why 100 amp? Because you guys came up with 100 amp. Questions? Any question, guys, about this? So can I have a thumbs up that you guys inserted a 100 amp main lugs only panel? Right? Rob, Ashley, and Tao? Cool? Nick, my friend, you guys drop one? Okay. Now, my second panel that I want to insert, I want to insert a lighting panel. What was the lighting panel? 200 amp. Main lugs only. I don't have a 200 amp. I have 225. So what do you think I'm going to do? I want to go drop a 225. Here's my 225 amp. I'm going to go get my 225 amp and make sure you tab, and I'm going to put it right in here. Okay, everybody got a 225 amp panel? 225 amp panel. Make sure you hit escape. 225 amp panel. Now there's one little problem. I can't see them. I can see what they are. Let me see if we can tag them. Mark. Says type 100 amp panel. Number 12. Okay, we'll tag the panel in a second here. Let me see. This was receptacle panel. I don't know if it's pulling from the tag. No, it's not pulling it. Is it? No. Okay. Be nice if we circuit distribution system feeder. Okay. Let me just see. Annotate. Give me 1 second, guys. Here. Annotate.
Yeah.
No, you can make them recessed or surface mounted. We want them surface mounted. If they're recessed, click on them and hit the tab button, and it pops it up. Dustin? Click on it. Like this, click on it. I think if you hit, well, you know what? If you did it recessed, click on it, delete, bring it back. That's the easiest way. Delete it, bring it back. And when you're mounting it, look what I'm going to do. I'm going to be mounting it. Say I made a mistake. I'm going to go grab, where's my 225. See, if you guys look at, oops, escape, man. Let's go to my insert, home, electrical, my electrical panels. Here's my panel. I'm holding a panel in my hand. If you guys tab on it, it can be recessed or surface mounted. Can you guys see that? It will take the shape. I don't know if you can see. It takes the shape that everybody can see that by tabbing. So here's my panel. Here's recessed. Here's surface mounted. Recessed, surface mounted. No, it's not working.
Well, it's because the panel itself is set up to snap to the center line of the wall.
There you go. Yeah, that's good enough. All right. It's just where it snaps. Yeah. Okay. Any question, guys, about these? Any question about these panels? Any question about these panels, Phil and Rob or Gul? We have 2 panels. Okay. Tao, you guys are good with your panels? Okay. Before I really want to name them though, because I want to tag them. I have receptacle panel comments not picking up from the comment though. I want to go to the tag. There you go. Okay. Maybe we shouldn't have loaded it there. Yes, sir. Yeah, the tag that they're taking here. Okay, here's the panel. There's a few tags. I'm going to talk about tags later. Where is it?
Panel name.
Okay, general.
Yep, it's under the general section.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay, it's pulling from here. Thank you. Can you guys put RP for this one? If you're in, is it pulling from there? Okay, perfect. We might, yeah, that's good enough. Oops, I'm gonna go. So if you, thank you. It's when it comes to the tags, when it comes to Revit, guys, unlike CAD, you tag. A tag is dynamic text that you can edit. I have a few tags I'm gonna load later. That's what I was looking for that one. But that, for the time being, if you tag the name at least, that's good enough for now. We might have to change the tag later on, guys. Delete and add a different tag. Everybody got the receptacle panel? You can move. Ashley, you can see how you can move your receptacle panel name away. So I have my receptacle panel. Okay, the second one, I'm going to go to my lighting panel. My lighting panel, the same thing under general. Where am I here? I have to expand my okay, comments. Always miss the general here. Offset elevation type. What was it again under general? Phasing general. Here we go. So I'm gonna go. What's this? Will be lighting panel. Lighting panel. Oops. LP lighting panel, and off it goes with my lighting panel. Everybody, guys have a receptacle panel and lighting panel, minimum, and know how to name them under general. We have receptacle panel. We have lighting panel. Okay. What I would do, I would go grab it. Grab my receptacle when we get home, with my equipment. We'll grab the panel. Main lug is only 100 amp. It's still 100 amp one. So we go here. Okay. Click on that, and there you go. This is one panel. The second one. The minute that you tie it, there's another one. Oh, we want one different one though. Okay, one. Delete that. You always can delete. Remember. Click on that one. We need to do 25. Help me find the 2.5 because I'm slow today. And where are we here? Come over here. So it says we're going to put it here, and off it goes. You can drag and drop it. Okay. Then the name. You know how I couldn't even always find the general. You can find that general where it says name. There you go. So, and you just name it. Are you guys cool? Yeah. You guys cool? Okay. Now the only thing we're missing one panel. Let's go load it. We're missing the 500 amp panel. We don't have a 500 amp panel. We're missing a 500 amp panel, guys. So I'm going to go load it. Right? You can see that we're missing a 500 amp 208 panel. We need to load it. When I say we're missing it, Ashley, I mean they're not there. If I go here, okay, the equipment, I can't find it under equipment. So let's go in the habit of loading now. Let's go load. Cool? Everybody's with me? Aladipo? You guys are good? Yeah. Slow down, Chad. No. I want you guys to know the only time I want you guys to know that the only time you load a family is if you cannot find it in these locations. The only time, did you guys hear me? The only time you need to load a family if they are not there. We looked at a panel and we couldn't find the panel. So we're going to go load a panel. Cool? Everybody knows when to load the family? Okay, so let's go where it says insert load, load family. Everybody can see that? Insert load, load family. Go click on insert, load, load family. Cool? Everybody's there? Load family. Okay, click on load family. Load family is bringing a symbol, a family. It will always default you to US Imperial Library that comes with the software. Cool? Everybody's defaulted to this, always. Now right here, you have every single family that God created. I'm going to walk you guys quick through a few of them. Now, since we're electrical, where do you think we should be looking? Under mechanical? Ducts? We're going to go under electrical. I want to remind you guys, this software, MEP, is for mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. So there are families for the mechanical guys, the electrical, and us. Everything you're looking for, you should be looking for electrical, the word electrical, okay? So let me go back one more time. If you're looking here, there's furniture, there's pipe, there's plumbing. So the reason why they have them, there's actually tile block. Remember where we brought the tile blocks that you guys modified? We brought the tile block as a family from here when we did the setup. So I want you guys to, if you're not familiar, everybody familiar with loading guys? Did you load with Gary families? If you're not familiar with loading families, your window to the whole world. It really is. Anything that you can't find, mechanical, electrical, architectural, you can load as a family, bringing it into your project. You can load from anywhere else. You can load from online. You can load from your C drive. You can load from sites. So if you find a fixture, you guys are going to do LEDs. If you find a fixture, family for an LED fixture, or what you have to go to the vendors, find the families that they have, load them from the network, or download them to your project. Okay, since we're electrical, could you please click on electrical? Everybody's looking at what I'm looking at. Under electrical, there's a few things. There's lighting. Click on lighting. You're going to find exterior lights. These are all the loaded exterior lights that we have. Obviously, are we looking at lights here? No, so go back. Everybody knows where to go back. That I'm back. Interior lighting. No, Chad, look how many interior lights here. You have tons and tons of lights here. You almost don't need to go to Lithonia to get the fixtures later on. So click back again. I'm interested in power because I'm doing power. The reason why I'm showing you guys here, because you're going to be visiting this place a lot. So I'm going to click on power. Here's my option under power. I have distribution. Click distribution. And under distribution, I have an auto transfer switch, a circuit breaker, a switch board, and keep going. I want to see right here, if you guys can see that, I need lighting and appliances panel 28 MCP. Everybody knows what MCP is? Main circuit breaker. So the families that we could not find in our project is actually coming in the library. I can load it. This family, main circuit breaker, I believe we want the surface only. I think that can go surface or recessed. Here's the surface mirror logs, non-surface, and all the families that we have. So I'm going to go, guys, grab the surface mounted 208 main circuit breaker, and also hit control, and let's go grab the, if you hit control, you can grab multiple of them, load multiple at the same time. I picked up the main circuit breaker surface as well as 208 main logs only, surface. Just for the heck of it. The second one is for the heck of it. Okay? As long as I'm on it, ATS. Can you see where auto transfer switch? Hold control and pick the auto transfer switch as long as we're on it. So I picked an auto transfer switch because I know I need one. Okay? And I picked, by the way, if you pick all of them, it will load them. Why can't I load all of them? You can. My understanding, it slows down your system if you keep loading all these families. So, any question about this area? Do we need the 480? Do we have even next project actually? When we look at panels, you're going to be looking at 480. So you're going to be loading a 480 family. Okay, one more time. Everybody has these highlighted. How do you highlight them? Hit control and pick them. If you pick the wrong one, well, how do you unpick? Hit control and pick. Again, it will unpick them. So if I made a mistake and I picked this one, right? I made a mistake. Hit it again while you're holding control button. It will unpick it. Cool? Can we load it? Let's load them. Open. Now it's loading them into my project. Loading these families into my project. Okay, let's go again and see where we found them. Electrical, home, electrical, equipment, synchronized with central. Yep, it'll ask you to synchronize from time to time. Did it ask you guys synchronize? I hope so, because you have a central file. Okay, let's go back to the panels. Look what I have now. I have, can you guys see where at the bottom, the families that I loaded? More recent use types, I have lighting panel, 100, surface 100, auto transfer switch, main lugs only. So here's my options, lighting, main circuit breaker. Here's my circuit breaker. I have main circuit breaker up to 400 amp. I can't go higher than 400 amp main circuit breaker here. I have main lugs only up to 600 amp. And main lugs only up to 600 amp. But main circuit breaker up to 100 amp.
Can we just change it in that edit type?
You can. You can drop it and change it in the edit type into a main circuit breaker. I like to drop them as is though. Lighting main lugs only 480. We don't want the 480. Another, let me skip here. Another place I like guys to look at. I don't know if you're familiar with that one. Families. If you guys can see under families here, if you go electrical, it will tell you. It's actually, I found it really nicer to see what you have. Under, look where I am right here. Can you guys see where it says families? Expand the families. And you come, here's all the auto transfer switches that I did. I found this is really cool. Look at this. I have auto transfer switch up to 4,000 amp. I loaded. Minimize it. I have dry type transformers. I have all the dry type transformers. Surface mounted panels. I have to 400. And also main lugs only up to 600. Okay, lighting and appliances, panel board. Okay, everybody knows, guys, how to go drill inside the families and find them. A different way of doing it. I can grab anyone from right here, drag it from here into my project. Exactly the same like I was dragging it. All right. I'm torn between, because we don't have 500, guys, we can go next to the switchboard, next to a switchboard. So let's go make executive decision here and change it to a 6. There's so many options. Let's use you know what? Let's use the main lugs only, and we can change it into main circuit breaker. How about that? Let's go use. Let's go to electrical, equipment. Let's go to I need a 600. I need a 500. So here's main lugs only, surface mounted 500. That's my main. Drag it and bring it here, guys, and drop it right. I would drop it right closer to. That should be the main right in this area. Okay, and then as you drop it, we should have done that one from the beginning. What are we going to need? Where's general again? I'm going to name it by what? Main panel. Apply and out. Could not find a host. Where is my main panel? Okay. All right. Everybody got a panel, guys, that says main panel and a receptacle panel. Everybody got that? If you made a mistake, what do you do? pick that sucker out. Later on, guys, if we dig in and we find another switchgear that has a main, you can go delete that one, drop that one like we did, rename it. Any question? Can I get you guys to give me a thumbs up that you have 3 panels that named this way? Yep. Tao, you guys have? Ashley, Nick, Dustin? Yes, no? Not yet? Okay. Well, we'll take a break. What? Huh? You can. When it comes to commercial, it's not. Yes, the preferred wall would be the exterior wall. The problem is, I don't know if you see that, I have a window here. Right in this area, I have a window. Right? No? So you can, but if you can put them in one wall, it's cheaper to lay them out in one wall. Okay? Should we have a 5 minutes break, guys, and we'll reconvene based on request from Dustin or Nick? Let's take 5 minutes break and we'll continue. So, make room for me right in here, Ashley, because I'm gonna go drop an auto transfer switch there. You guys remember what we're missing? We're missing the REF. So, okay, do me a favor. Let's go back to electrical equipment. Okay, electrical equipment. I'm gonna put them in this order. Okay. No, not here. No, there you go. I want to put it. Okay, let's put this one at the bottom. It's rearranging my. Okay, well, mine is bottom here. Okay, so let's go to back electrical fixtures. You guys will have it probably at the top. Here's my auto transfer switch. If you can't find the auto transfer switch, look at the bottom and click at the bottom here. It will load the auto transfer switch. Here's my option. My option is 100 to 200, 200 to 400, or 400 to 1,000. Based on the service that we have, Ashley, we have a 500 amp. Which transfer switch most likely will fit our application? As 400 to 1,000. Okay? We will size it later, but that's the range. So could you please do me a favor? Grab the 4 to 1,000. Now you're holding in your hand, right? And tab. If you hit the tab, it will rotate that baby. So rotate it this way while you're tabbing it. Everybody can hit the tab button. It's rotating. Make sure you orient it this way and drag it and drop it right next to the panel. And hit skip. Hit skip again. Okay, so I have my receptacle panel. I have my auto transfer switch. You might have to zoom. Okay. And I'm going to go name it. Since drag it here, click on it. If you click on it, it should be a general the same way. If you guys click, I'm going to call it auto transfer switch. It's only one auto transfer switch, so it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm just going to call it auto transfer switch with a tag. Okay? So do me a favor. Can you give me a thumbs up when you have what I have here? Thumbs up? Thumbs up? Cool. Okay. We have an auto, by the way, Phil, if you're looking at the projects that we did before, again, we did it differently. This time we decided to back up the building completely on auto transfer switch from the get-go. Okay, so that's why, and we picked an auto transfer switch that we can size from 400 amp all the way to 1,000 amp. Ours is going to be 500 to match the panel, most likely. We'll adjust it later. Cool? Okay, so this is all the panels that I have. Do I need any other panels? The control panels will bring them later, guys. So the inside part, this is all the panels that I need inside the building, right? Are you with me? Before we go outside and put the generator and the transformer, right? Because these are what we put. We're only missing the control panel, and I'm not going to put it right now because control panel has really no power in it. It's just the relays. We'll add them later, okay? So before we do that, I'm going to go, guys, and set some parameters for the panels, some parameters for our panels. I'm going to start with the lighting panel. Click on the lighting panel. When it's red, Ashley, you're going to see the properties. It says it's a 225 amp panel. It's elevation at 4 foot. Okay, here's what I want you to go all the way down to the identity, comments, electrical, blah, 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 lighting panel. Here's what I want you all the way down to where it says how many amps. Do you see where it says the main? Can you guys see where it says main at the bottom? Everybody can see that? This is my lighting panel. How many amps is my lighting panel? You guys came up with 200 amp. 200, type 200 here. So my main is 200 amp. This is now, yes, I'm bringing a frame of 225, but it is rated for calculation at 200 amp. Does that make sense? Though it doesn't have a main, the overcap detection device ahead of it later on in different panel will be 200. Can you guys go to the circuit, the function that says circuit? I don't know if you can see it here. You can expand this, by the way. You can expand it. Go all the way to electrical circuit. Now, right above it, if you know how many problems we had last year with this, Rob? Right above it, how many circuits you can feed from this panel? Can you guys see that? Does yours say 12? Well, that's disaster. Here's what happened when you start circuiting with this panel. The students used to come and say, Chad, it's not circuiting anymore. It ran out of room. So the first thing you need to pump this one. It used to be limited to 42. You can go 84, but let's just put it at 42. So type 42 here. So that will allow you to go as high as 42 on this panel, which is more than what you need most likely. Now, while you're circuiting, Rob, if you ran out of circuits in this panel, this is the offender. Come back here and change it. You can go as high here as 84. You can even higher, but mostly you're going to go in increments of 6. Increment of 6. The minimum panel you want to put is 42 panel. Then you start adding increments of 6. 42, 48, and so forth. Okay, so everybody change the amps. Circuit naming, we're not going to do that one. The second very important thing, guys, so these are important. I want to remind you, Ashley, it's a NEMA type 1. I guess if you need NEMA 3R outside, this is not your baby. If you want to, well, it works, but if you want to pull information about the project and you put NEMA 1 and NEMA 3Rs outside, you might have to go a different family. So this is a NEMA, this is what it should be, indoor. Okay, 200 amp. This is the most important thing is right here. You see where it says distribution system? Your panel tau will not accept a circuit unless you assign a distribution system to it. As of now, this panel is just a box on the wall. To become active for accepting circuits, when we start circuiting receptacles to it and lights, you have to assign a distribution system to it. Our distribution system is 28120. Next project, guys, you're going to have 2 distribution systems. You're going to have 28120 and 480-277. Here's mistake number 1. You have a machine running at 480 and you pick a motor that's 480 and you're trying to tie it to 208. If it was a CAD that we use, it doesn't matter. Revit, this particular, if you're circuiting this way, it will tell you you can't tie a 480 to 208. So it's more than just drafting. You're getting into the design. Really, that's a nice thing about Revit. And I know CAD does that too. We're getting into the design. You can't. In our case, we're lucky because everything is 28120, so we're not going to get into this. Next project, you will see that. Okay, in this case, if you guys click on distribution system, what's your only option? Do you see it? The only option is 28120. This is very important to pick 28120. What you're telling the panel, Rob, is this panel is ready to kick, meaning ready to accept circuits now. I can go throw a couple of lights in the ceiling, power, and tie it to the panel, and it will assign a circuit breaker for this panel, for this circuit. Everybody change it to 200 amp 42 and the distribution system. Feed from, I think it will populate it later. Ashley and Rob, this is a new requirement to 2011 code. Every panel must be labeled with the source of power for this panel. That becomes very handy when you do it in real life, because now you can, I think it will populate it when we circuit them. I'm going to leave this one, I'm not sure. But if it doesn't, we'll come back and we will write it's going to be fit from main panel. Let's see if you see MP here, if it fits from MP, if it populates it. Okay. Why don't you guys type feed MP. This distribution's fit from MP. Everybody type main panel. That's it. Okay, not as so I want to make sure before we leave this area, everybody has 42 circuit breakers, 200 amp, 122.8Y system. Right? Cool? Okay. All right, now let's go to the second one, to the receptacle panel. Click on the receptacle panel, the same thing. The receptacle panel is sitting right now, my panel is sitting at 12 circuit breakers in it. I'm going to make it 42, same way, 42. It's 100 amp. Now, here's what happened. It's 100 amp, circuit breaker is 100 amp. Now, if you guys came up with 125, what do you do here? You change it to 125, right in here. You change the main into 125. We came up with 100, so we're going to leave it 100. And then the last thing you need to do to this panel is distribution system. I'm going to assign a 122.8 distribution system. Oh, by the way, you can assign a short circuit to it. Later on, it's not a big deal in this project, short circuit, but we can assign a short circuit to it as we go through. Okay, and fit from. Where is it fit from? Main panel. Fit from main panel, right? Okay, everybody guys clicked on the receptacle panel and change it to as is. Cool? Right? So what do you think we're going to go next? To the main panel. So the same thing, click on the main panel now. Click on the main panel. Look at my main panel. Yes, I downloaded 600 amp. Look what is the default. The main default is 100 amp. So it's misleading you. You think you downloaded a 600 amp panel, but in reality, what did you download? 100. So what do you need to go change this one to what? Well, in our case, it's 500. We came up with 500, our calculation. 500, right? Unless you came up with 600, you're going to put 600. We came up with 500. And actually, I don't think you need a 500 amp panel to have a 12 circuit breakers limit in it, do you? You're going to go change this one to at least 42. And as of now, what you have is just a box on the wall until you give it distribution system. And you're gonna this panel feed. Where's this panel is going to be fed from? Auto transfer switch, right? There's an auto transfer switch. So I'm going to say auto transfer switch. It's fed from the auto transfer switch. Are you guys with me? Everybody knows the power is coming to the auto transfer switch, from the auto going to the main, from the main to the receptacle, from the main to the LP. So the main panel is 542 circuit breakers max, 122.8Y fed from ATS. Why ATS? Because that's how we design the project. We have, otherwise it will be from the utility transformer. Okay, any question, guys? Later on, Rob, my friend, I will be asking you guys to put the short circuit rating of this panel. We don't know it yet. When we do the analysis, after we find the value, you'll just type there 35,000 amp. That's all. Not now. At any time, you can go back to the project and type this value. As you guys know with Revit, the reason why we populate this, because now you can pull all this information actually into the schedule. When you run the schedule, everything that you put right now will be put on your schedule. Is that cool or what? Am I the only one who's excited here? Okay. All right, let's go. The last thing, guys. So click anywhere. Let's go back. Go to the auto transfer switch. Now I'm clicking. When you want to change the property, you have to click on the object, as you know, right? Everyone knows you change the property, click on object. Okay, my auto transfer switch. Look at my auto transfer switch. I have problem from the get-go. I have a 480 to 480, right? Can you guys see the voltage is 480 of this auto transfer switch? Everybody can see this is a problem. I have a 480 auto transfer switch. Okay, let me see I can't change the data. I have to change the property with that one. So we might have, for this auto transfer switch, I might have to go see if I can find a 28120 auto transfer switch. Where's my auto transfer switch? Otherwise, you might have to change the family. Okay, where's my... So I have one. Everybody can see what the issue is. I have an auto transfer switch. Do they have them with voltage? They don't have. They're all 2.8. They don't tell you what the voltage in them. Yeah, this is 480, 480, 480. Okay, well I don't have an option. Seems they come in 480. Okay, let's see here. Expand this so I can see more for blind people. K3 auto transfer switch. Distribution system. The first thing, look at the option that you have. The only option that you have is what? 480-277. That's not going to work for us. That's not going to work. If you put this, you can't circuit anything to it because it's a completely different distribution system. How?
Okay, edit type.
Yeah.
Now,
And go change the voltage here. Duplicate and change the voltage here. Yep. Yeah. I was trying to avoid going through that one, but I think that's the only way we have to do it. The only way that we can have to do it.
Then we get our 12208.
And what? Okay. So if this is, thank you, Nick. If you guys can't, as we can see here, if you can't get the 480 to change, here's what you're going to do. We're going to go edit. Everybody's edit type. And every time you edit the type, the best way to do is duplicate. Don't edit the existing one. So we're going to go duplicate. See where it says we're duplicate? I'm going to duplicate. Right next to it, could you please do me a favor? Right next to it, write 208/120 volt, just 208/120. So when I'm looking at this one, I know it's 208/120, right? So name it, when you duplicate, name it 208/120. Everybody's there? I just named, go back. Should I go back? So what I did is, and I went to duplicate and renamed it 208/120, okay? So I am at 208/120 now. What do you think I'm going to change the voltage here to? Can I change it? It doesn't allow me. It does. Why? 208. Let's change it to 208. 208 three-phase. 208 three-phase. Single, how many poles? How many poles is going to decide, are you running a separately derived system or non-separately derived system? Let's run a separately derived system and put 4 here, will you? Add 4. So we're running a separately derived system. Please enter an integer. What did I enter? Is that an integer? Oh, they don't allow you. All right, so let's stuck with the non-separately derived system. Doesn't allow you to do. Why not 4? Number of poles. Well, it's not designed for that. So 3 poles. Everybody got the 3 poles? Leave it as is. We can't change it unless we change the family. Okay, sister, what do you want? Apply. Should I Skype her in England and give her the surprise of her life? All right. So now, my friend, if you click on it, Ashley, you can see it's 208/120. Now we're cool. We're cool, right? We're 208/120. Now let's go, guys, do things. I need a distribution system for it because it's going to accept system. Click. No, look at this. Now I have a 208/120. Cool, Chad. Short circuit, leave it. Number of pole, it doesn't limit you to anything. Number of maximum number of pole breakers. Single pole, let's just put 6 here. We really don't have. What's the main? The main, we need this one to be 500, right? 500 amp. Is that matches the main panel? 500 amp. Circuit naming, blah, 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 leave it, distribution. Okay. Do me a favor, just change the maximum number of poles to 6. That will be maximum number of pole breakers. 6, so that will give you 2 circuits coming to it. I don't know really what this would do in circuit breaker, but just put it 6. Why 6? Because I have 3 going to the 3-pole, 3-phase going to the utility, and 1 going to the transformer. That's why I came up with 6. But I don't know what's going to play here. Okay, everybody change this info, guys. Right? So done. You have your auto transfer switch ready to kick butts. Huh? V? Feed. Oh, we didn't put the feed. Does it have a feed? Feed. Feed, this is going to be fed from where? From gen. It's going to have 2 sources, 1 gen and 1 transformer. So let's say XFR and gen. Everybody knows what a gen is? Generator. This is going to have 2 feeds, if you remember. 1 from the fed, so just type XFR. This is what we abbreviate transformer. And GEN is the gen. Cool? Thank you for reminding me. Everybody knows what we have done now here. We can come and revisit at any time, and it wouldn't make a difference. Should we Skype her and give her the surprise of her life? Oh, no, it's immoral though. Should I? 1 second. We have to. Right. So, any questions about these? Everybody knows what we've done. I'm going to go drop 2 things, and then I'm going to do a view, and I'll show you how to do the risers, and then we're good. We're good to go. That will give you a good start point. Am I repeating things that you know, guys? Am I going too slow on things that you know? Yes, no? Okay, are we good? Okay, let's go drop 2 things. Transformer, I need a transformer, and I need a generator. Now, what size transformer I need, chat? I have no idea. The utility is going to drop it. But I need it for my riser, though. To find the transformer, here's the calculation I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to take a 500, because my panel is 500, multiplied by 208 times 1.73 equal, divide by 123 equal. I need 177 kVA transformer or larger, right? Did I do the math right? Can somebody verify? 500 times 208 times 1.73. That's how we size the transformer. Because our panel is 500. Granted, Excel will give you a smaller size, but everybody came up with 177. I need 1 more to second me before we move. I know your work. Okay. Synchronize. Synchronize. Did you come up with 177? 179. Oh, we need 5. 1.73 times 208 times 500. Yeah, 180. Almost 180. Yep, 180. You're right. Absolutely. Okay, now I'm going to go, guys, and grab, though, I need to go grab a transformer this time. So let's go to the transformers. We have them. It's NEMA type 2. What size do I want? I wanted 180. 150 is not good enough. My next standard is 125 kVA. Why 125 kVA? Because I did my math for a 500 amp panel. I need 180. Well, we usually don't size this. We're going to go to the next standard. We're going to assume, really assume here. We have no control over this. The Excel is giving you the next standard up, which is 225 kVA. Is this the right transformer, Ashley? Where did the info about it? Is this the right transformer? Can you guys see it's 480-208-120, right? Isn't that what we're in one? 480-208-120. Well, not really. On the primary side, it could be high voltage, most likely. But I don't care, honestly, because that's an Excel. So I want to drop this transformer just to have a visual of it. Because on the primary side, we care less. That's Excel side. Though in reality, you might, if this is real and you have control over this, you need to go change the voltage here most likely to 4160 or 13.8. Okay, for all practical reasons, it's good enough for Chad, it's good enough for you guys. So I'm going to go grab my transformer, and I'm going to put my transformer somewhere in this area. I'm going to assume my transformer, oops, come on, buddy. It's going to be somewhere in this area. Come on. No, don't die on me. Is it for you? Okay, so I'm not alone then. Okay, now I got it. So drop it somewhere here. Let's just drop it here. Okay? Drop the transformer. Now I need generator. I dropped, shall we name it first? Let's go name it. Click on it. And where's the name? Name, what do we want to call this one? XFR dash utility. I call it transformer utility. Do you guys have any issue with that? You call my lawyer. There you go. I call it XFRU, a transformer utility. Cool? Everybody's there? Can I have thumbs up that everybody got that? Cool. Let's go drop a generator. Well, as long as we're, okay, we'll come and let's drop a gen. Let's go here and gen. Do we have gens? Have we dropped gens? Do we have gens? How would I know if I have gens or not? I want to go see the equipment. I don't think I have generator. I didn't load generators. Have you guys loaded generators? Then what do we need to do then? We're going to go back and load the gen. So Ashley, insert, back again. Insert. Load family. Cool. Everybody's there. Electrical component. Power. Distribution. Oops, no distribution. There's generation. See generation transformer. Here's generator and transformer. Can you guys say gas, emergency power generator, motor, blah, blah, blah. Let's see what's my diesel. Oh, I love diesel. Diesel emergency power generator. Cool. Shall we drop that baby? That sounds like what we need, diesel. There's also have a gas emergency power generator. Diesel most likely is diesel, but though you have gas. Let's just drop diesel for the time because we don't know. Okay, we pick the diesel and load it. It's loading the diesel family, all the diesel families, emergency gen. Guys, generators have different rating. There's standby, and there's emergency, and there's continuous. We have a speaker that's going to get into all this mess. Okay. One more time. Home. And let's go to equipment, see if we can see him now. Where am I? Here's gen. Look at the gen. 400 kW. Are you kidding me, Chad? Okay, which one do I need? What was the size of the kVA that we had? We had
175.
Okay, 180. We have, here's how you size it, guys. You take the 208 multiplied by 1.73 multiplied by 1.73 times 208 times 500. We came up with 180. This is kVA though. The power factor is assumed for motors is 0.9, so 0.8 times 0.8. So we're looking at 144 kW. We're going to start with this. Later on, guys, I'm going to give you a software that you can size the gen, and if you came up with a different size, guess what? We're going to go change the size here. So I have 144 kW. What's the next standard? Do I have 144? Do they even mess with 144? My next standard is what? 200 kW. Okay, here's your generator, Ashley, right in here. Oops. Everybody downloaded 200 kW. 200 kW. And I'm going to name it. What do you think I'm going to name that boy? Gen. Do we have more than one gen? No? All right, since we're clicking on it, everybody downloaded a gen. Everybody downloaded a gen. Okay, so since we're clicking on gen, let's look what else can I do. Look at the kW. Now, apparent power. Look at that, 225 amp apparent power. So I know my apparent power was what? You guys click here. Do you see where the apparent power load? I know my apparent power, we just calculated it, 180. So I'm going to go type 180 volt, if it allows you to. 180, 1, 2, 3. Okay, can you guys change this one, the apparent power for that boy to 180? I don't know what's going to do to it. Mark, what else do we need to change in it? Distribution. Can you guys see where is distribution system at the bottom? What do you, 48277. We're in trouble again. So let's go change edit family. We're going to go, we have a 48277. So my system is 2.8. So I'm doomed. So what do I need to do? Go back again. We're going to duplicate it. Click edit, duplicate. Not right next to it, guys. Could you please do me a favor? Type between brackets 208/120 volt. Okay, so I have I duplicated to 208. What do you think I want to change the voltage to here? 208, right? And apply it and exit. Okay, everybody got a 208, converted his generator or her generator to 208. Do I need to go fast again over it? Always duplicate when you change it. So I have 28120. Now go down, Ashley, all the way. Mark 7, Gen, distribution system. What do you guys think I'm going to get here now? 28120, Chad. Good. Electrical circuit, number of poles. It's assigned a distribution system for it. When it says number of poles, I like to put 6 here, just allow you 2 feeders. Main, circuit naming, prefix, notification, short circuit, feed. Feed from, it's not feed from anything. That's a gen, that's generating power. Main, I like to leave it empty. I don't think it matters, it's a generator. Main is like the main amp of that generator. They give you in KW. It's already, we listed it in KW. Okay, let's leave it empty and see what we get. 28120. Everybody got these, guys? Everybody got the info about my generator? Here's my gen tagged. Perfect. Let's go to the transformer. Click on the transformer. Give you the info about the transformer. Let's look at the transformer info and see what we get. 2 things I want to change about this transformer. Let me see edit type and see what I get. I get primary voltage. Okay, that's exactly what I want to do. Okay, can you guys click on the transformer and go edit type, duplicate. I want you to put right next to it 13.8 kV. Can you guys put 13 point, oh not 18, 13.8? 13.8 kV. This is the primary is 13.8. So what do you think I want to change the voltage here? Is to 13,800. Change the voltage into 13,800, 3-phase transformer. That's a primary. Good to go. The secondary is 28120 is by default. So we don't want to mess with it anyway. Okay, we changed the primary. Okay, now I have a more likely a transformer, 28120 primary. Okay, let's go see what we can change for this transformer. For transformers, guys, a few things was interesting last year. Mark circuit, okay, no. All right, we're gonna go to main, blah blah blah. Okay, distribution. No distribution. We have electrical data. They have primary and anybody can see a primary and secondary where you can change electrical worksheet. Okay, well it's just where is that?
under electrical loads.
Okay, that's what I'm looking for. At the top.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Electrical loads. It's great on me. Secondary distribution. Okay, right here. Can you guys grab? Here you go. Thank you. Where it says the secondary distribution. What do you think my secondary distribution is? 28120. So put 28120. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. So go all the way to electrical loads, expand it. If it collapses like this, expand it. And click on secondary distribution. And could you please put 28120? Because it is a transformer where we're taking the power at 28120. Everybody change that one? This is essential. Now we have a primary that we already assigned. A secondary, now this transformer is ready to be powered. Ready to be powered. Unlike CAD, guys, Revit, everything has to have electrical parameters for it. Otherwise, it wouldn't work when you start circuiting. So we know what the primary is, we care less, it's utility type, but the secondary need to be 28120 so I can pull feeder from it. Okay, so we got that one. Electrical, apparent power and all this good stuff, care less. Standard, circuit, main, distribution system. Doesn't allow me to put a distribution system. Should allow me to circuit to it. We'll see. We'll come and visit with that one. If I assign a secondary distribution, you should be able to circuit with it on the secondary side at least. Oops, no, don't do that to me. Wonder if you can do it. You can type it. Okay. All right, feed from, it's a transformer, nobody's feeding it. Okay, everybody guys have the transformer and everything else? You guys have your transformers? Cool. Generator. The last step, then we're done. Now again, you can visit these guys at any time and work with them, adjust them, add data, correct them, actually delete one, drop another one. So it's not final. I think it's very close to final, really, what we've done. Okay, now we're going to make a riser from this. How are we going to make a riser from this? I want to remind you that your equipment right now is ready to circuit. So when I tell you guys do power, throw your receptacle, you grab your receptacle, throw power, power circuit, I'll show you how we do that one. Yes, sir. Huh?
We're putting in a meter?
Are we putting a meter? Yes. Meter cabinet. Do we have a meter cabinet? That's a good point. There's one more piece, right? We're missing the CT cabinet. Can you guys check? Do we have a CT cabinet? Auto transfer switch? No, we don't have. So let's go load. Insert. Now what you have done, Dustin, have you discovered that later on and say, Chad, where's my meter? No problem. You can go grab that meter. Let's go to electrical equipment and power distribution, auto transfer switch combination with load, meter switchboard, metering switchboard. Let me see what my options are here. Module, MCC, single transfer switches. This is a section though. Okay, can I check one little thing, will you? Let me go. By the way, this is what comes with the system. Let me take you guys to families that we used last year. The families that we use, this would come with the system. So take this, go to my desktop. You hold your horses with that one. I'm going to go to shortcut, to instructor folder, to Revit. If you guys go to instructor folder, there's Revit families here that we downloaded last year. Revit 2011 and power. Okay, auto transfer switch, diesel, dry type generator, meter base. Here you go. This is what we used last time. I don't know if it's the best way. Everybody can know what. Okay, let's go back again. Insert, load family. Everybody load family, guys, right? Go to your desktop, click on your desktop. Where's your shortcut to? My shortcut, you're going to go to the shortcut to the instructor folder. Where's your shortcut? So mine is a desktop. Do you have your shortcut, Dustin, somewhere?
Yep.
Okay, double click on your shortcut when you go to desktop. You go here. It's inside the instructor folder, Revit, and there's a bunch of Revits here. How would you know? Always look at Revit Families 2011. That's a lot of the stuff that we use. Click on it. By the way, as long as we're here, Ashley, if you look at the mechanical equipment, does this sound familiar to you? Air handling unit, boiler pump 1, 2, 3. This is where we're going to pick up all the mechanical equipment related to this project, to this particular project. We pulled them last year, guys. We named them and we dropped them right in here, the mechanical equipment. Cool? So we don't want mechanical equipment. We could have lighting fixtures. All the lighting fixtures, actually, that you're going to be using in the project are actually listed here. If you don't want to use the library that came with the software, we already listed almost all of them, unless you use different than what I asked you to do. They're all here. The second one, so we'll make it easier a little bit over the years. Low voltage. Low voltage, horn strobe, glass break, flow switches. Please be aware. Especially the low voltage guys. If you go to low voltage library, it doesn't have a whole lot of the stuff that we need. Low voltage, we pulled these from different libraries. We put them here. So look at the low voltage. Obviously, I don't want this yet. Even the power. If you go to the power, here's all the transformers and the panels and all this good stuff. We don't want that one. I want auto transfer switch. That was typical from the system, guys. Meter base. See what it says electrical meter base? Let's grab that one and see what we get. Okay. All right, so where did it go? Meter base. I don't think it's going to load. Yeah. Yeah. Well, some of the stuff that you see in the project, guys, we also drafted. We just drafted a meter center to tell the truth. But that's going to be, I should be able to load one though. Yeah, you can't, oops. Let me see under mechanical equipment here. Meter, here's meter base right here. Let me drag it. Doesn't place. Yeah, it's custom design, guys. Some of it doesn't allow you to place it. Let me see if I went 5 feet. That will make a difference there. Yeah, it did happen. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see if I can load from different locations. So that doesn't work. Let's go to electrical components, electrical power, distribution. I have my only option from the Imperial Library is meter switchboard right here. Let me just load this one, see what I get from the Imperial Library. See what we can get. Okay. That's it. Electrical meters. Metering switchboard. Here's my option, the smallest option. Drag it. Here you go. You might have to do that one, guys. I'm gonna go throw that one in the meter here. Okay, right in the wall. And I don't know if that would be that's the closest that you can get. See what I did? I went, do it one more time. Went to import load family. Went to the electrical, Imperial Library, electrical power, distribution, and I grabbed the one that says meter switchboard right here. Everybody loaded that for the time being, meter switchboard. Okay. I don't know what it is, so I'm gonna go click on it and see what the heck is that boy. 8 electrical. Does it have a distribution system? Yep, it has a 480-208 distribution system. So what do I need to do to change it? Edit, duplicate, make it 208/120 volt. Okay, change it to 208, clock on it. Okay, so I have a 208 meter center sitting on the wall here. Name it. I'm gonna name it, where's my name? I'm gonna call it meter cabinet. Did they spell cabinet right? Well, just say MC, meter cabinet. Okay, so here's my MC right in here. Okay, everybody got something similar to that? Can I get a thumbs up, thumbs down on in between? Okay, done. Now, if that was the wrong one, as we move on, I don't know, guys. As we move on, if that was the wrong one, what do we do? Delete, edit. So as long as you can, so let's click and just put a distribution system on it, because I don't know if we change the distribution system for it. I need at least a distribution system. Distribution system 28120, perfect. And fed from, if it's going to be fed from the utility transformer right here. Well, actually from XFR, fed from XFR. I always say 6, and we'll see how it works. Okay, make sure it's at least the 208, guys. 208 fed from XFR. So I have a meter center on the wall, fed from the XFR, the transformer. Cool? I don't know if it needs a wall. Doesn't even need a wall. It's not hosted. Just throw it against the wall and see what we can get. Cool? Any question, guys? We have the whole power system built, ready to accept things. Can I have thumbs up that we're cool, Chad? Yes, no? All right, let me show you how to drop these in the riser. That's a key stuff. Now again, I want to remind you, don't panic, because you can change this at any time. You're not stuck with what we did. You guys get the rhythm of it, how you pick, you drop if it's not the right thing, edit type, change it to the right voltage. This is typical for everything that we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to go create a riser, and it'll allow you to putz around with it. To create a riser, guys, you need to do a few things. You're going to follow with me. First, we're going to do a drafting view. We're going to go create a drafting view. So, go to view. Can you guys go to view with me, please? These you have to follow me. View. Where is the drafting view? View. Create sections. Let's create a plan view. Where's drafting view? Here you go. If you guys go to view, create drafting view. Everybody's there? At the top tab view. Do you see where drafting view? Everybody's there? Cool. Click on this. Now, don't worry about the scale. Call it Power Riser. Power Riser. So we know what we're doing. Everybody's okay with that? Call it Power Riser. Okay. All right. Now we are in. There's one problem here. When you guys click it, it comes under mechanical. Can you guys see it? The discipline is mechanical. Obviously, we're electrical. So click on electrical. Change this one right away. One more time. It comes under mechanical here. Click on electrical, so it puts it under electrical views. Okay? Don't worry about the scale or anything else. Okay? So if you guys go under electrical, now you're going to have a drafting view. If you go under electrical drafting view, now you should see, everybody should see one that says Power Riser. Everybody see under drafting view power riser, if you see that, you did it right. Cool? Go to electrical, this is where the tab, oops. If you go to electrical, right here, electrical, view, drafting view, you should be able to be in the riser. I want to make sure everybody's there. Cool? If you're not, then you need to go to edit the mechanic discipline into electrical instead of mechanical. All right, if you're there, give me thumbs up. So there, Chad. Okay, good. All right, so that's step one. Step two, let's go back to the where we were. We were in the floor power, right? Floor, right here. Double click on this so we can go where we were. So we created a view first, so we can drop things in it. Created a view. Next step, we're going to go take sections. To do the riser and Revit, there's two ways. The poor man's way, which we're going to do it, and you guys can modify it to the rich man way. All these panels that we put in the wall, guys, I'm going to put a section and make the section look at them. So if I make a vertical section looking at the panels, and I grab this section, put it in a view, you're basically looking at what you can see on the wall. Since all of them, they're in two different locations, can you see, I can't put one section that capture all of them. I'm going to create a few sections. Okay, so with me, with this, I'm going to go back to view at the top, view, select, okay, where am I here? I need a section. Where would the section would be? I thought it's view. Sheet, machine, okay, create, okay, here you go. View, create section. View, create section. Everybody's there? View, create section. I want to create a section. I'm going to create the section so I can look at the wall. Do you see what I'm doing? Creating a section that look at the wall. Okay, hit section. All right, now I'm holding in my hand the section. Why do you think I'm going to put my section this way? Here's my section. Just make sure it looks from right here. Okay, because that's the wall that I'm looking at. You guys are probably familiar with sections, right? And drag, and the sections, oops, you can drag them when you capture them. Should have. You might have to drag it. I'm only interested in the section on the wall. I'm not interested in anything outside the wall. So you can drag it to cover what you're interested in. Okay. Drag this. Can you guys see how to adjust? Everybody knows how to adjust the sections? No? Now my section here is not going to be covering. Can you see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to get that blue line to cover all the panels on the wall, because, and my section should be pointing towards it, right? Okay, so you should have a section. Click on it, and inside the section, you should see that line, the dotted line. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's pointing. So I'm basically looking at the wall. Cool. Everybody's okay with that? The section similar. By the way, you can delete the section, add the section, modify the section at any time. If it doesn't cover you and you go into the section, you can expand it to see more or less. Okay, here's one section. Now, but there's one issue. I want to see where the heck is the section window. I'm going to go to my section. Can you guys see sections? See section 1 here? Here's what you're looking at. Here's the panels that you drop. All your panels are right here. One more time. If you go to electrical sections, you're looking at this. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go right click on this, rename. I'm going to call, so I know it, I'm going to call it Power Riser. Power Riser Inside. Why I'm going to call it Power Riser Inside? Because it's the view from the inside. Inside. Okay? There you go. So Ashley, every time you go to the section and you're looking at that particular section, you can tell it's Power Riser Inside section. Power Riser Inside section. Cool? Everybody's okay with that? Here's my section. My beautiful section. I can minimize the section. Look at that. I can play with it this way, right? I can, if I want to expand, I can expand my section right in here to see more, which I should because I was, look at this. Here's my, this, now I'm getting outside. I'm looking at the transformer outside. Okay, here's my section. I can expand it more to look at different views. Guys, everybody played with sections before, right? Okay, so I make sure it's not new sections. You can add a section. So here's section 1. Let's go to section 2. I'm going to go back to power. Back to where was I? I was on the power floor. Here's my section number 1. If you delete the section here, it will delete the view. So be very careful as we move later, guys, what to show and what not to show. Okay, here's my section 1. I need one more section. View, create section. I need synchronize. Yeah, synchronize, Chad, I know. Synchronize with central. Do you guys get synchronized? I hope so. Right? You get synchronized central? Or are you working on your on your desktop? But please, comment number 1 is always open the central file on the network. Do you guys get synchronized with central when you're opening it? No? Once in a while? Oh, okay, because you keep synchronizing. All right, so view. Let's go back to view. View, create section. I'm going to go and create the section right here. Anybody knows why you think I'm going to create it right here? Now, I don't know if this is the face of the generator or not. If it's not the face of generator, what do? You go on the other side. You drag this one, pull in the other side. Let's just do it this way because I want to capture the outside part of the riser. Okay? So I'm going to drag it here. Perfect, Chad. That's good for me. Okay, everybody got a section in front of the transformer outside. So what do you think I'm going to go name this section? I'm going to go back to my heads. It says section 1 now. I'm going to click on it. Here's what you see when you drag that section. Here's one piece of equipment. Where's the other? There's my other piece of equipment, right? These are the 2 pieces of equipment that we see right now. I'm going to adjust them. That's what my section is. What I'm really interested in these, in the 2 transformer, the transformer and the generator. Don't worry about anything else. I'm going to go rename this section. Guess what I'm going to rename this section? The same thing, power, riser. In this side, outside. I have 2 outside, so I'm going to call this as outside number 1. Outside dash 1, because I have another view outside. So it reminds me, or you can give it a unique name. It's really nice to see outside, gen and XFR. So you know you're looking outside gen XFR. So every time you're looking at this section, names are very important, guys, unique. That's the reason why they call Phil, and Rob. Otherwise, if they call them X, you know, we don't know who's who. Names are very important, unique identity. Identify everything by unique, meaningful names. Right? Everybody knows that? Right, Tao, am I right? You're getting hungry, I know, but me too. So I'm almost there. Okay, so here's what that second section. I need one more section. And then power. I need a section for this meter. Create section. I'm going to create it here. Here's my meter. Right? I'm going to look at the meter. So I'm going to drag this one down here. Drag this. I only care about this, right? That meter. Everybody can see I'm just looking. By the way, if you have equipment all over the building, what do? You just go take a snapshot at the walls where the equipment is located. And we only know why we're doing it. Okay, everybody got the third section, the last section. Cool. When we're done, we're going to go exactly where it dropped it. It dropped it as section 1. What are you going to go? Rename it. You're going to rename it. I'm going to call it again, power riser dash what do they call the others? Power outside or outdoor, outside dash 2. Instead of dash 2, I'm going to call this is meter center, MC. So if I'm looking at it, I know exactly what the meter center. If you click on it, here's what you have just took a picture of. You took a picture of this tiny little baby here, right? Which is we might find a better one, better meter center. This is basic guys for meter center. Only need 1 meter for this building. So if we find one, what do? You delete this one, put the new one where it's located. You don't even have to mess with the view. Okay. Any question, guys? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Could we? Yes. Yes, you could. Yes. Based on how you're I'm trying to capture the face. If this is the face and you can capture the outside all-in-one view, no problem. Okay, no problem. But you agree with me, can I capture all of them in one view? Might be hard a little bit. Okay, so when you're done, everybody done with 3 views, I want you guys to go under sections. You should see inside, outside gen, and outside MCC, and they look like this, and this, baby. 3 views. Everybody got that one? 3 views. Now we're going to drop the views in the drafting view that we created and hide certain things and start drawing the stuff. Okay, let's go do that. See why I drop view, guys? Right underneath it. I'm going to go click on the riser inside, drag it, and drop it in the riser view. Okay. Okay, view. Why it's not drafting view? Okay, let's see if I can drag it this way. Add. Where does it say? Add view template. Add. Where does it say? Add. We might have to go to the right to the. Okay, here's my drafting view. Okay, right click. Okay, no, not view template. Add. Anybody can see where add to view? Why can't I add it? Okay. Well, I thought we can drop them into the riser. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know for sure we can drop them into the ease. Here's the sheet. E1. Was it in E3 power riser? So I'm going to go to power riser. Will you add view into the power riser? When you add view, I have sections. Do they right? Yeah, right here. I'm going to add these 3. Oh, you can't add them one at a time. Add view. Here's one view. Okay, the same thing. Right click on the riser. Add view. Second. Oops, not ceiling. No, Chad. Make mistakes. So what do you do when you make a mistake? Thanks God to the word delete, huh? Delete it. And right click to the riser, right click on it, add view. I need to add, I added gen right here, and add view again. I'm going to go add view. The last one is MCC. Okay, so it should look something like this. I think that's what we did. Zoom region, zoom to fit. Are you guys, do you have the 3 views captured in one page? 3 views captured in one page? Okay. Now obviously we're going to rearrange them. I can tell you, you need to go from this, from the transformer into here. into here. And by the way, if they're small, what do you do if they're small? You scale them up. You scale them up to fit. So what we're going to do, so these are, you basically, what we did, guys, is we captured all these panels on the walls. Now guess what we're going to do with them? The poor man's job. We're going to connect them with literally, graphically, we're going to connect them with lines. After we clean it, though. After we clean them. So I think what we did, okay, let's go to the view. I'm going to go to this view. Okay. Now do me a favor. Everybody dropped all the sections in one side. Just drop it. Just drop it. Everybody drop them. I'm going to go clean these sections. To clean these sections, let's just go under the power riser inside. Double click on it. Everybody double click on that one. Now here's what I would like you guys to do. Oops. We're going to be very careful doing this. I'm going to go make sure you pick certain things at a time. Right click and it says, do you see what it says hide element? We're going to start hiding elements. Let me see if I hide elements. We're going to hide the elements, everything except the panels. We're going to hide basically everything except the panels. Okay, right click here. Hide elements. Done. Right click here. With that, yep, right click here, hide elements. There you go. Do you see what I have now? I have only my panels. What we did, guys, is that's what we did. We hid everything except the panel. Anybody can tell why the heck did we do that? Why would you hide everything except the panels? Because that's what we'd be tying together. That's what I call a cleaning room. You clean room. We hid everything except, by the way, if you hit the panels too, go unhide. You can unhide them. Okay. So here's my my first one. Let's go to the second one. Riser 2. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to go right here, right click, hide elements. Done. I still have some stuff here. Right click. Oops. Is this my equipment? Make sure you don't hide the equipment. Right click, hide elements.
And I can't hide those things. I can only hide the window.
Okay. Can't get this view, so I hid everything except the panels. And okay, let me go see. Oh, you have to be in the section.
Oh, I have to be in the section.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. There you go. Now we're talking. So click. Okay, so if I hit these, the last thing, guys, is power riser, hide all my sections here. Right click, hide and view. Go to, oops. Hide element. And I need to get this. There you go. Right click and hide element. Done. Make sure you hide everything that has nothing to do with that. Okay, so you basically, everything in the view is gone, except the panels themselves. It makes sense, because I'm going to connect the panels with wires. Okay. All right, so, and if you by mistake, guys, did hide everything else, I think there is reveal one here where it says reveal hidden elements. You can reveal hidden elements here. Shows you what has been reveal hidden elements, what has been hid. Okay, if you go to the last thing, guys, is panel number 3. Now here's your panels. Now you agree with me, this I can move away. This I can move this away. I can move this away. Now I have all my panels in one location. We can tag him to get me the name. Now, some of you guys saying, where's the name, Chad? We can tag him, you give me the name, and we can draw the lines. Go in the view and change the scale. How do you make it bigger? How do you, because they're small right now. How do I make it bigger, Chad? You're going to go directly here. Let's go to section. The scale, can you guys see the scale here? 3/4. What is it? 3/16. 3/16.
Half an inch.
Half an inch works good. Okay, let's go to half an inch.
Or 3/4.
Let's make them all half an inch and see what we get. Half an inch. Change half an inch. All of them half an inch. See what we get, half an inch. Yeah, you have to kind of see where your riser is. Then go back to the panel. Where did they go? Okay, they're running away from me here. You might have to grab them. One at a time, guys, and bring him back. There you go.
Actually, 3/4 might work better.
Okay, here's half an inch. So that's where we size them. You can play with these. These you can play with. I trust that everybody knows how to play with the scale to make it fit. Then the last thing is annotate. Annotate. Tag by category. I think we should be able to go here and tag these. Let me see if we can tag by category. Okay, if you guys go tag them, can you see what I'm tag? Then it shows the name next to them. One more time. Let's go to section 1, power. Go to tag, right? Tag by category, and click on each one of them, and you should be able to tag it. Meaning, give the name. And if that little thing is bothering you, that little lead, there's here, get rid of the lead. Can you guys see that? The lead is gone. Get rid of the lead. The lead is gone. Get rid of the lead. The lead is gone. So what I'm doing, guys, I'm giving names to these panels. I grab the name of these panels inside the panel so I can play with them. Here's the name of my panels. Okay, here's the third panel. Click on it. There's a lead. Can you guys see that? Gone. Grab it. It's centralized. Okay, so I have the names of the panels too, right next to them.
What if it gave you a number instead of?
Means it wasn't named. It's not pulling from the right tag. Do you guys get numbers? Everybody got number or name? Name. Yeah, it's pulling. You have to edit. Then this is easy fix. Look at this. I don't want to go there. When you click on the tag, you can go edit tag, and it will tell you what are you pulling from this tag. If it's putting a number, we can just change it to a name, and it will show the name for you. Easy. I'll do it for you.
Okay.
Not a big deal. Okay, so we did it here, guys. Let's go to the riser here. The same thing. Name, annotate, tag by category. Go tag him and tag him. But I don't want that lead, so click on the tag and get rid of the lead. Click on the other tag and get rid of the lead. So you got the names, which is very important. Here's a name and here's a name, right? The last one is the meter. Same thing. Annotate, tag by category, and I'm going to go name it. That might be the wrong device, really. Okay, there you go. Skip. Click on it. Here's the lead. Get rid of the lead because I don't like the lead. And here's your MCC. Now, if you go back to your riser has names on it. Now, some of you will say, Chad, the names are so small. Can I make it bigger? No problem. We're going to go edit. Not now. We will edit the type of the text and make the text bigger. But do me a favor, Phil. Every time you edit a component, get into the habit to duplicate it. What happened in the past, guys, the students will go edit the text, not knowing that the same type of text have been used elsewhere. So you try to make it bigger here, but it looks so ugly in another view because you're using the same text. Every time you edit something, duplicate. Okay, so we got these somehow, somewhere. The last thing, guys, is details. See where annotate detail line? And then this is a graph. This is where you start graphing it. And again, you're going to play with this yet. I'm just, one more time. So I am here. I have the names. The last thing, annotate again, detail. This is where we draw the line. Okay, here's my draw lines. I have options of lines and so forth. So I can grab my line and draw a line right here and drop. This will be the inside, the bottom scab, and I need top bottom, right? So I need right here. So this would be a divider between, and you can grab this one at any time and drag it. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to mimic what I did, guys. Inside, outside, right? Now you're drafting. This is a drafting view. Now this transformer is sitting, Chad, you're sitting way above, so I'm going to go lower it, right? Sitting almost down at the level. This one is not sitting, so I'm going to go drag it here slightly, and I'm going to make it sit, oops, against the wall. If I can't get it to. So go adjust things, come over here. Oh, these are going down. These panels are okay. I might raise them up a little bit. Okay, here you go with the panel. So here you go. Now you have the inside, the outside, text. You can type here with whatever text, outdoor, outside. You can come over here and type inside. And again, I'm really doing the cheapest, easy. I'm not worried about the font. I'm just worried about the concept now. You can go change the font to bold, make it nicer, better. But you see the point is? Now we got, the first thing is inside, outside, above ground, below ground. Right? The red. What do you think next we're going to do? We have lines. We're going to be connecting them, and we're going to draw the same thing that I did. And that will be the end of it right here. So I'm going to go based on my riser. I have a detail line. I'm going to come from here. Do you guys remember how we did it? We came from, this is my receptacle panel. I'm going to come from here up and from here to here and from here down to here. Done. Here's my receptacle panel. I know you can nibble them next to each other. If you want to nibble them, that's fine too. But here's connecting, just line. You draw a line. And back again from here. This is my auto transfer switch to the panel. From this one is going to go up to here, and down to the middle. And you can make him look much nicer than Chad would, being you guys articulate you are. Come over here, all the way up to here, and bring it down. Make sure you center it and so forth. Here's your riser. This is the poor man or woman riser though. The rich man or woman risers when we use a conduit. We try to give us, let's just, if you do this one, that I'm okay, satisfied with it. To use the conduit, I'll show you another time, guys, how to use conduit. We had some issues with the conduit last time that got us hung up on the drafting more than we needed to. Okay, so the last one, and then as you go from auto transfer switch, I think we went from auto underground all the way up to here. Isn't that what we did? And we can change the type. You can edit the type, guys, here. Edit, and you change different line thickness. Hidden. Where's hidden? Hidden here. So I can make this section hidden. Ashley, see how I made this section hidden underground? You know how to draft. You can change the line and thickness and all this good stuff. I'll let you guys play with that. So if I want this section, for example, to be from here to here, And then anything underground obviously is going to be hidden. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag, come from here down to here, but this is underground, Chad. I want it hidden. So grab this section and go to where did we go? Right here, type, and I'm going to make it hidden lines, right? See how it's make instead of so that's the easiest way of making it hidden, is to draw as different lines, at least for engineers who know drafting is limited. Okay, so this section now is different. Oops, this section is different than the other section. So I'm going to go, okay, thickness, careless, and I'm going to go make it hidden. Okay, here's another line. Done. You guys, I trust that you can finish the rest. Before you do this, before you do the drafting, though, do me a favor. Before you do the drafting, make sure it's laid out really nice, because when you finish the drafting, if you move one panel, it will screw up your draft. Not a big deal, but make sure it's sized really nice. Like right now, if I have to do this really nice, see the panels are close to each other, I would move them, space them. But remember, every time you space them, you're physically mechanically moving them in the wall. You might run out of room in the wall. So when you move them, don't move them here. Did you guys hear me? With the panels, you see that close together, don't move them here. Go to the wall and move it. Because if you move them here, you don't know what's going on in the wall. You're going to go move in the wall. Okay, is this enough to beat you up running, guys? Can I have thumbs up, thumbs down in between? It's really not hard. Then we're going to tag him. I'll show you add a tag to him. Physical, mechanical tag, and a schedule. Add a schedule. And then we'll do it another time. Any question, guys? That's what we're supposed to do this week, from now until January 4th. Oops. So you're gonna like it, guys. Not really. Did you get the rhythm of it? Are you in the rhythm of it? There will be mistakes, guys. You will delete things. Whatever you do me one little favor, though. Oladipo, can I have your full divide attention? Full divide. Whatever you do, guys, please always open the central file and work in the central file, because that was our major problem last year. The last year was okay. The years before is people were working on their C drive, and then they tried to synchronize and created a lot of problems for us. Always work in the central file. Any question for Chad? Okay, go eat. Yes, sir.